On this very special day, the 1st of November, something extraordinary is happening up in the heavens. It's like the stars and the clouds have shifted in a way they haven't for you in a really long time. Picture it. The whole sky is alive with movement, gentle but powerful, all focused on you. And this message you're reading right now? It's not just words on a page or a screen. It's reaching you exactly when it needs to, because this is your last real opportunity to notice what's quietly building behind the curtain of your everyday life. God isn't sending this to scare you or make you worry. No, it's more like a soft, loving whisper from someone who cares deeply about you. It's meant to wrap you up in safety, to lift your spirits high, and to pull you right into that warm circle of grace that's already been drawn around every step you take. This isn't some random note that popped up by accident. It's not a coincidence, and it's definitely not something that could happen to just anyone. God made this message just for you, tailored to fit your heart like a perfect key in a lock. There's something out there with your name written on it in golden letters, something unique, something no one else could ever claim. It has to touch your soul today, right now, before that quiet spiritual clock ticks over to a point where the big change chasing you might slip just out of reach. Archangel Michael, that strong and faithful protector from the heavens, wants you to know something important. The angels have been keeping a close eye on you, closer than you might ever guess. They've been like invisible guardians, hovering around your home, walking beside you on your daily paths, and cradling your weary spirit in their gentle wings. Why? Because what's heading your way is huge, so much bigger than any dream you've dared to hold on to. The heavens aren't about to let you wander past this without a nudge. Michael shares that he's tried to get this through to you so many times before. Remember those little signs? The sudden peace that washed over you in a tough moment, or that random thought that felt like advice from nowhere. You might have brushed them off, let the busyness of life drown out the soft whispers, or even shut the door on those tender pushes from above. But here's the beautiful truth. Heaven's love for you is endless and patient. It doesn't give up easily. So today, on this first day of November, they're offering you one more shot, a final, heartfelt chance, to really hear what's meant for your ears alone, just before that life-shifting news knocks on your door. God wants you to hold on to this. A piece of news is making its way straight into your world, and it's going to turn everything upside down in the best possible way. Please, don't scroll past or close this tab. The angels can see things your eyes can't yet catch. They're witnessing all the quiet preparations happening in the spiritual background, like stagehands setting up for the grandest show of your life. They spot conversations where your name comes up in excited tones, thoughts swirling around you from people who can't stop wondering about your path, and plans taking shape that are about to weave you right into the center. This isn't chit-chat or small talk. God calls it life-altering news, the kind that ripples out and touches so many parts of who you are. Imagine it reshaping your money matters, making your relationships feel steadier and sweeter, grounding your sense of security, bringing a deep calm to your restless mind, and pointing your steps toward a clearer road ahead. That's the power of what's coming. Why is God sharing this with you today, of all days? Because this news was lined up to arrive sooner, like a gift waiting at the door. But those old friends, fear that whispers, what if it all goes wrong, doubt that questions every good thing, and hesitation that holds you back, they slowed it down. They turned what should have been a flowing river of blessings into a trickle. Archangel Michael steps in here with a voice full of compassion. He says the angels have shed tears, not out of anger at you, because you've done nothing wrong, but because they've felt your hidden hurts. You've been carrying silent pains, fighting fights that no one around you even knows about, shouldering loads that were never yours to bear alone. It's heartbreaking to them when you cry quietly in your bedroom late at night, tears soaking your pillow while the world sleeps. They ache when you paste on a brave face, acting like everything's okay even as your heart grows heavier with exhaustion. They weep when you point the finger at yourself for messes you didn't create, blaming your gentle soul for storms others brought. And oh, how they sorrow when they see you battling those inner wars solo, when all along, heaven's door has been cracked open, waiting for you to say, "Come in and help." Michael reveals that the angels cried for you just last night. You were so close to letting this message slip by again, like a leaf carried off by the wind. And missing it. That would mean missing the gentle shove from above that's ready to swing wide the door to your next big chapter. A chapter full of light, growth, and the peace you've craved. God adds a tender warning. If you let this go unread, tears might come later. Not from some dark curse or punishment falling on you, but from the quiet ache of realizing you passed by a blessing handcrafted just for your journey, meant to land softly in your lap today. But listen closely. God wants you to feel this deep in your bones. You are safe. Completely, utterly safe. You're wrapped in a glowing light from heaven, a shield brighter than the sun, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can pierce it. Even those shadows you're staring down right now, the fears that loom like storm clouds, they'll crumble and kneel before God's mighty power. All it takes is your trust. Open your heart just a crack. Let these words sink in, because today, November 1st, isn't like any other mark on the calendar. It's a sacred signpost in the stars, a bold line drawn in heaven's book, a timestamp pulsing with holy purpose and gentle insistence. God has witnessed it all. Every time your heart shattered into pieces, yet you gathered the fragments and stood tall again. Those endless nights when sleep fled and your mind raced with worries about tomorrow. The quiet prayers you breathed out like sighs, even when your voice felt too weak to rise. The acts of kindness you poured out freely, even as your own wounds throbbed. The way you've lifted others' burdens without a word about the ache in your own chest. Heaven hasn't missed a single beat of your quiet endurance. And because of that unyielding spirit of yours, today heaven is unlocking something fresh and vital. Your soul has more than earned this turning point, this burst of breakthrough, this incoming news that's like a key to freedom. Archangel Michael assures you, this news isn't some distant promise. It's barreling toward you, gaining speed. Right now, as you read, someone is crafting it with care, maybe typing an email, picking up the phone, or mulling over words in their mind. Decisions are tipping in your favor, like scales balancing toward joy. Locked doors are creaking open without a sound, invitations slipping under the threshold. People who once overlooked you are pausing, rethinking, drawn back by an unseen pull. Doubters are getting a gentle correction from above, their skepticism melting away. And those who pegged you as fragile, they're in for a holy surprise, watching as God lifts you into the strength He's always planned. Michael urges you, with all the firmness of a true friend, don't brush this aside. If you do, you risk throwing off the perfect rhythm heaven's orchestrating, the energy lines they're aligning like stars in a constellation. You could push back that blessing one more time, clog the clear path they're sweeping smooth for your feet. God sees your weariness, the way it's etched into your days. You've been pouring out energy just to keep up appearances, smiling through the strain while your inner reserves run dry. You've clung tight to routines that no longer fit, your heart pleading for a pause, a breath, a moment to just be. But here's the good news from the Father himself. You don't have to fake it anymore. No more solo skirmishes in the dark. No more muffled groans under heavy loads. God is entering your story anew, striding in with arms wide. And this message? It's the solid proof that the change kicks off right here, right now. It hinges on your choice, to lean in, to let it fill you, to refuse to turn away from the urgent call heaven's placing in your path. At this exact instant, the angels encircle you like a living fortress, their wings folded but ready, holding their breath in hopeful silence. They're peering into your soul, yearning for you to embrace this fully. Your spirit's been running on fumes, and heaven longs to pour in fresh rest, like cool water on parched ground. Michael speaks directly to your fatigue, You've endured more than enough pain, shed rivers of tears, tangled yourself in knots of worry, lingered in waiting rooms longer than fair. This 1st of November is crafted to snap a chain in your life, a loop of creeping fear that steals your sleep, a pattern of losses that leave you hollow, an endless drain on your emotions that leaves you spent, a stall in your spiritual stride that feels like wading through mud. Let these words seep into your core, Michael says, and that cycle shatters today, like glass under a loving hammer. God promises the gift on its way isn't a fleeting spark. It's no quick fix or half measure. It's a flood that seeps into every nook of your existence, washing clean the corners you didn't know were dusty. You've lifted specific pleas in prayer, maybe for a steady job, a mended bond, a sign of direction, but God's gearing up to hand you something vaster, a surprise that ties up the loose ends of your hardships into a bow of meaning. It'll mend the hidden fractures you've overlooked in yourself, the ones that twinge when you least expect. It'll hush the turmoil in your evenings and ignite a steady fire in your dawns. God knows the whirl in your thoughts, the finances that keep you up at night, the ties with loved ones that tug and fray, the quest for your true calling that feels like chasing smoke. He senses when you feel jammed in place, adrift on a sea without shores, or tangled in what now? But take heart. Your tale isn't frozen. It's alive, blooming petal by petal, being penned afresh in strokes you can't yet trace. That approaching news, it'll be the flare in the dark, signaling the gears are grinding into motion at last. Archangel Michael confides that lately, hope flickered low for you, like a candle about to gutter out. You teetered on surrender's edge, ready to wave the white flag, to settle for the scraps of defeat. But heaven drew a firm line, refusing to let your light dim. They propped you up in the shadows, when you swore you stood alone. They bore your steps across rough terrain, when your legs shook like leaves. They echoed your name in celestial halls while doubt choked your throat. They warded off threats lurking unseen, veiled dangers that could have tripped you. They turned away false friends, those who wore carrying masks but harbored thorns for your soul. God beams with pride over you, over the grit that keeps you kind amid the grind, the softness of your heart that forgives too easily, the raw power that surges when you think it's gone. You might gaze in the mirror and see cracks, but heaven beholds a warrior, rising phoenix-like from ashes time and again. Even in the downpour of defeats, your core holds firm, uncracked by the gales. Because of that dogged march forward, that sliver of faith you clutched like a lifeline, that effort you mustered through the fog of fatigue, God dispatches this bounty today. This is your closing window, not out of cruelty, but because the stars have converged just so. The hourglass sands have settled perfectly, the cosmic puzzle clicks complete, and the news barreling toward you will shout from the rooftops. Heaven's blueprint for you was never on hold. Archangel Michael shares a glimpse of the angels' shift. They've brushed away their sorrowful streaks, for dawn breaks around you now. They glimpse the pivot in play, the holy glow forging an unbreakable barrier. They watch you cross the threshold into delayed but undeniable favor, into pages where breath comes easy, grins return unbidden, rest claims its throne, trust rebuilds like sturdy oak, and ascent feels as natural as sunrise. God vows, defeat has no claim on you. Tumbles won't claim you. Abandonment is a lie. Harm can't touch you. Lagging behind. Not in his script. This dispatch is your balm, heaven's hug whispering you're shielded, steered, cherished beyond measure. No mishap befalls you. Zero. Not while the divine strides ahead to scout, flanks your side for companionship, and trails behind to guard your back. This is your hour, your season, your pivot, your revelation, your rupture through walls, your stamp of the sacred. Heaven's gaze is fixed on you this instant, pulsing with the wish you'll lean into faith, draw breath deep, and stride bold into the feast God's platter holds. Your bounty ignites here. God chose this 1st of November with precision, like an artist picking the exact hue for the canvasser's heart. No element of this instant is haphazard. No fragment of its landing is chance. This is your ultimate grasp at the incoming tide before the portal seals. Heaven aches for you to seize it. The angels behold you now, hearts swelling with raw feeling, for they grasp the payload en route, the realignment in bloom, the nearness to the wondrous. Archangel Michael murmurs, "The angel's tears flow not from looming doom or prowling peril, but from heaven's clear view of your wordless woes. How you've stitched composure from frayed threads without a murmur, how you've shouldered tempests with a soul still straining for dawn. They stream because they've shadowed the untold episodes, the vigils where you alone kept watch while slumber claimed the rest, the sunrises where you dragged resolve from depleted wells though your essence lagged. They pour from affection, mercy, the fierce itch for you to clasp what's inscribed in eternity for your grasp. God infuses this note with insistence not to alarm, but to rouse. A hallowed instant crystallizes. Barriers yield. Mutes intone. Veiled truths unveil. Thus the plea, shun evasion of this scroll. Shun repulsion of its tug. Bypass it, and lament follows, not from affliction's bite, but from hindsight's sting, grasping this pivot's gravity for your fate, your bounty, your mending, your vaults through. Heaven yearns for you to weigh this juncture's heft. Mundane, nay, fleeting, never, hallowed, utterly. Today you teeter at the lintel of long-prayed boons, long vigil kept even amid skepticism's sneer. This ingress news has simmered off stage for moons, perchance cycles, tended by heaven's vigil, groomed by grace's hand, synced to precision so its dawn evokes. Solely the divine could weave this. You fringe a tome unlike prior leaves, where your essence inhales anew, unburdened, for the first span in ages. God fathoms your spirit's sag. How solo you've hauled, how oft you neared yield but clung. Now celestial forces mobilize for you. Archangel Michael names your cause covert fray, skirmishes with musings, terrors, letdowns, unmet hopes. You've armored resilience while shielding embers of optimism. Angel saline springs from sight of your due mirth, balm, prodigy to unshoulder life's imposts. From cognizance this your ascent, your clasp, your stride to plenitude's hum and serenity's veil. From celestial ardour's tide. And now the bequest etched yours converges. This dawn, November's inaugural, scribes reversal's onset. Your ether morphs. Your halo transmutes. Your realm parts. The inbound dispatch ties to sacred scheme, God's rejig for your gain. No fluke in Chronos. No error in epistle. No happenstance in this scroll's draw. Heaven cracked this breach for your advance's need. You've traversed anticipation's veil, at whiles barren as dust. You've probed if divine ears cupped your pleas, if seraphim aided, if oblivion claimed you. But God avows, forsaken, not a tick. Each droplet traced, each murmur logged, each qualm grasped, heart's pang. No desertion's seal, but greater forger's token. Postponement, no rebuff. Vigil, sinks forge. Forbearance, base for vast unforeseen. Now firmament's bid, palms agape for readied yield. Not for eternity's void, but this nonce's singularity, like sacred arch flung wide for ephemeral span, whence holy dispatch, lucidity, ward, and sustenance surge potent. Seal it, bounty lingers, but velocity, fervour, facility of heaven's dispatch wanes. Hence the press you sense. Hence spirits stir. Hence scrolls lure to persist. God pledges the ingress news wounds not. It salves, elevates, unknots fog, affirms essence's hunch, unveils heaven's toil amid stasis's guise. Stalled yields, lagged thrusts, muted bears. Archangel Michael attests, Seraphim veiled you from unbeknown snares, from feigners whose intents clashed your bloom, from saps that had parched, from picks to toil, from lures fair-faced but soul-scarred, from trails unyours. And this November dawn, heaven flings yours. Angels founts from proximity to verity's call, bounty, self, from soul's surge, from radiance's wax, from fate's unfold, serenity, acuity, fondness, copious, vaults mend lost's tally, from God's recast, past's dints sensible. God dubs this your essence's rouse, post in jest, innards pivot, sense keenens, sacred feel heightens, effective might swells, limpidity hones, creed steadies, core gleam sprawls, discharge stirs, like chest's onus lifts, ponderous flees. God ties it to seraphim's toil since breach. You'll sense ward anew, led anew, buttress anew. God vows November's ingress bears no drag, divine surety cloaks, potent dispatch inbound, untardied, vigil spanned ample, subsist ample, creed ample. Now heaven acts, God bids, shun evasion, essence craves cue, solo, nay, astray, nay, blanked, nay, flop, nay, sacred flux you, morph to ordained, threshold to fear-free sheen, strife-free clasp, waver-free tread. Archangel Michael recounts late moon's veiled tilts, invisible to peers, effective hall hushed, sacred drain baffling, futurity's haze, bonds tangle, trails ire, but heaven purged gradual, sapped vibes, folk, dams, qualms, tethers unserving. Ingress dispatch seals heaven's medal no whim. You'll spy exits why, shuts cause, lures fizzle, ties crumble, lags aim. All sink sand snag for this breach's unmarred dawn. God hails ingress to senses epoch, plea fruits, lure sands strife, boon sands balk, heart's buttress and haven. Ingress not fortune's whim, but heaven's pick. God dubs ultimate for this missive. Cues spanned weeks, moons, oft glossed not wilful life's whirl. But nonce heaven craves full now. Essence roused, heart bared, creed firm, for inbounds vast to miss, vital to skim, sacred to shelve. Angels saline from abyss love, crave your serenity's clasp. Hearts knit, essences vault, trails purge, boons touch, stride to innate grandeur, fount from heaven's overwhelm. God vows comely inbound, salving, vitamorphing, shun evasion, shun breach, heaven tongues core direct, God steers soft yet staunch, Archangel Michael flanks, wards, readies essence for inbound dispatches quake, God avows, safe, nil airs you, veiled, warded, bequest, picked, cherished, creed and plea, all unfolds apartment November dawns not dread. Divine medal, God appends, inception soul. God tenders this nonce, this dawn, this hallowed November inaugural, heaven's heft his gloss, seraphims quiver his conduit, every covert droplet born, each hushed plea cupped when isolation reigned. God tenders with gravity seraphim scarce bear. Ultimate nonce, not chastise, not rest, but portal aglow, touch await, primed swing. Evasion redux, seraphim dread fate's chronos miss. God bids, ear keen, this bridge span survive to inbound. God vows, ingress dispatch, transmute, potent, unforeseen, fate's leaves recast. But plea, shun skip, shun veer as whilom, for seraphim saline prior. Eyed your miracles dodge, beheld breakthroughs brink waver, Nonce crave clasp yours. God dubs stance, inhale, heed, unfold no common. Heavens pick you. Archangel Michael eyes core crystalline. Spots pang smile veiled, faith's bruise from stabs, wordless lone, vigils hushed lest breach known. Archangel Michael, seraphim saline from boon near, fears thrust away. From dew grand, from speck snares, qualms, whirls divine Chronos rift prior. Nonce seraphim balk yield. Heaven spurns miss yours. Nonce flank, bid shun skip. Evasion later saline. Why heedless, why creedless, why breach from recast or missive? But God vows no skip nonce. Innards primed, roused, mightier sage. God. Dawn heaven-picked eons past. November inaugural, no whim. Sacred post, fate stroke, hid to vis, lag to loose. God. Ultimate stride to miracles gyre. Life circled, claim await. Ingress dispatch inbound. God vows en route. Spiritual veins traverse you. God. Dispatch ties exhaust pled pleas. Strengthless asks. Dreams self-deemed o'er scale. God. Dispatch seals heaven's tear heed no blank. Seraphims forsake no, lone tread guise. Archangel Michael. Seraphim saline from hall sands grouse. Comfort wiles self-fractured. Stabs pardoned undeserve. Sacrifice tally, tried span, sealing stairs querying good's dawn. Michael, heaven-eyed creed silent, meek cling wiles pierced fold. Nonce seraphim crave clasp, no suffer. Vault, no strain. Grasp name etched boon. God, ultimate no menace. Sacred sink. Prayers meet God's Chronos prep. God, inbound dispatch boon. Vitamorph, uplift. Breather alt, strider alt, thinker alt. Restores snatched. Returns lost. Mends cracked. God, life lightens, self-lift onus unapt. God, shun missive evasion, shuts Q's portal. Spiritual ears seal. Divine Chronos rift. God no fear warn. Love guide. Shun for seraphim's toil. Praise depth. Preps fire. Miss inbound balk. Archangel Michael. Seraphim saline essences drag fain. Cause strong guise struggle. Michael. Seraphim saline self-blame uncaused. I'd mistreat. Misread. Kindness weakness played. Saline love gift pain received. Saline cause pure. Scarce. Ward due. Michael. Seraphim urgent flank nonce. Dawn no rote. Divine tally. Heaven essence scan. God spirit gaze. Michael. Shun missive vault's next boon. Mountain mover life. Heaven ready cue. God. Inbound no moat. Erst impossible. Reality o'er scale. God quiet mould nonce. Spirit staunch. Wound weave. Sense raise. Trail prep. Year no whim. Lag ward. Let down divine turn. Heart cleanse. Shut purge unstay. God. Inbound past sense. Struggle mean. Tear worth. God. Boon no past lure slip. Anchored. Sealed. Heaven ward. Archangel Michael. Seraphim saline light dim try. Faith break bid. Deserve good deny. But Michael. God-eyed all. Chapter shift, block free yours. Michael. Seraphim saline silent struggle. Nonce rise celebrate. Heaven open yield. God. Surety. Nil heirs. God flanks. Hand life's cowl. Spirit ward. Step lead. Trail purge. God. Safe. Solo no. Seraphim guard stand. Archangel Michael Life's quadrants scan. God, nonce creed soul. Creed miracle portal. Boon invite. Life heaven sink. God, plea him. Tongue him. Name call. Heed ever. Unspoke plea cupped. God, inbound closure pang. Lucidity fog. Life bits slot. Shoulder onus flee. God breath vita new. God, November divine ether you. Month sacred. Rouse. Restore. God, month end. Presence quake gratitude. Shift feel. Vault feel. Divine hand prayed guide. Archangel Michael. Seraphim no bad inbound saline. Comely inbound, open arm crave. Saline heaven deep love. Saline boon lost greater. Saline tail morph nonce. God, creed him. Chronos. Flow. Spirit now feel. God, ultimate boon sink. Shun. Shun breach. Flanks. Steers. Seraphim swathe. Inbound morph prep. Yearn longer. God this nonce, dawn, sacred November inaugural. Airshift life, spiritual lean months near. God, heed now. Mind halt else, ultimate fate unfold grasp. Skip, heart pang avoid later. Cry no crave. Grief touch spurn. Hence now tongue. Ingress dispatch. Reveal prep. Hid shadow rise. Urgency send, wait over. Delay over. Feign spiritual press no. Hear. Tongue. Heed. God lingers. I'd not days, weeks. Long haul onus unmeant yours. Doubted self. Blamed. Hushed. Spirit shrink peace keep unward folk. But season pivot. Divine gusts stir. New threshold cross. Hence missive dawn touch. November inaugural sacred gate. Quick seal. Open will heart clasp. You, child, gate fringe. Archangel Michael God's gloss flanks. Days reach try. Shun. Voice emotion quiver. Seraphim you saline. No wrong do. Fail no. But sign ignore protect guide deliver. Saline heart lone span. Silent tilt fight sands sacred back. Storm tread sky hold solo feign. Michael. Solo no. Lone never. No crave. Shun run created safety missive. Skip redux. Tear no God suffer crave. Miscomfort hand place. Ingress dispatch. Pivot. Turn. Divine reverse. Whisper pled. Untold want. Night mid cry unheard. Inbound. But spiritual rouse clasp do. God. Fear warn no. Love call. Hurt yes. Stab yes. Overlook. Doubt. Judge. Misread yes. I'd all. Moment. Word. Droplet. Strong try heart fracture. I'd. Carried through self-carry guise. But nonce lift higher prep. Air. Door stand tell. He. Dispatch. Missive. Reveal wave approach. Small no. Common no. Ignore no. Life turn. November inaugural tell Chronos matter. Fate window no wall. Nonce open soul. Michael near step. Feel inbound day's sense. Restless why no. Mind wander. Spirit shake. Sense whisper grasp no. Imagine no. Spiritual pivot. Divine move. Truth approach. Seraphim urgency saline no sorrow. Miss no. Miracle walk past God prep no. Boon arrive distract no. God. Child patient span delay. Doubt. Whirl. Let down. Wait deserve breakthrough query. Wait bond misalign destiny tie. Wait heart pain tether folk. But ultimate grasp. More born. More create. more destined. Inbound dispatch proof. He, contact person or reveal soon. Word weight carry. Shun no. Delay no. Common moment assume no. Nonce no common. Story writ pre-birth. Spirit prep heart receive no run. Michael add. Survival mode span, wrong expect const, but right go final. Align. Correct. Restore. Reach try. Ignore divine missive cont. Emotional onus remove try. God. Fear no. Air no. Safe. Hand safe always. Creed me. Sign. Chronos. Trail. Missive now deliver. Protect unseen way creed. Miracle plea. Form begin doubt. Lucidity ask. Approach hesitate. Ward ask. Sign send skip. Dawn alt nonce. He. November inaugural. Back close. Front open. Old end. New start. Inbound dispatch heart suspect confirm. Ask why shift feel. Why change sense. Change eye. Spiritual doorway open. Seraphim ahead move. Snag purge. Lie bare. Truth unveil. Block boon folk remove. Michael. Curse no. Blank no. Forsake no. Face prep no punish. Lose protect no fail. Reject think divine turn actual. Nonce truth surface rise. Reveal. Unhid. Correct favor. God. Worry wrong might over. Tell now nil wrong go. Cover. Staunch. Guide. Destiny push wait. But missive read, receive, accept. Boon send open hand land soul. He. Life person roll haze. Energy tangle. Action unforetell. Inbound receive lucidity. Hid behavior grasp final. Lucidity free. Heart, mind, pick, trail free. Michael. Seraphim saline beauty prep site. Person away walk keep. Away no nonce. Fear distort missive no. Doubt delay boon no. Close think no. Miracle close no no. Vault way already. God. Spirit tire destiny weight carry unstride yet. But dispatch post. Pivot post. Truth reveal post. Heaviness break. Spirit inhale anew. Heart light feel. Trail clear become. Stride self-version always seen. He. Fear no. Hid no. Silence wish no. Regret no. Unworthy feel where. Lone feel where. Unseen feel where no. Fine pretend moment break inside. What? And in that knowing God pauses, his voice softening like a father's hand on a child's shoulder, inviting you to lay down every hidden what if and why me. He sees the unfinished sentence of your heart, the one that trails off into uncertainty, and he completes it with unwavering certainty. What you fear will not come to pass. What you hide, I cherish. What you wish in silence, I am fulfilling. What you regret, I redeem. Where you feel unworthy, I declare you worthy. Where you feel alone, I am nearer than your breath. Where you feel unseen, I have numbered every hair on your head and etched your name on my palms. This is the heart of heaven's message today. Not just words, but a promise etched in eternity, a bridge from your weary now to a vibrant tomorrow, where every scar tells a story of survival turned into strength. As this 1st of November draws its gentle curtain on these words, let them settle like seeds in fertile soil. The news is not a whisper anymore. It's a roar on the horizon, carrying the weight of answered prayers and the lightness of released burdens. God and the angels stand with you, not as distant watchers, but as companions in the unfolding. Breathe it in. Trust the stir in your soul. Step forward without looking back, for the path ahead is paved with the gold of grace. Your breakthrough isn't coming. It has arrived, knocking softly at the door you've finally opened. Rest in that truth. Rise into that light. And know, beyond all doubt, that you are held, you are healed, you are whole. If these words from heaven have touched your soul, ignited a spark of faith in your heart, or simply reminded you that you're wrapped in unbreakable divine love, I invite you to show your gratitude in the simplest ways. Hit that like button to spread this light to others who need it just as much. Subscribe for a steady stream of heavenly whispers, guidance, and breakthroughs straight to your journey. And if the Spirit moves you deeply, consider a super thanks from $2 up to $100. Every bit, no matter how small, helps keep these messages flowing freely, touching lives, healing hearts, and building a community of souls rising together in God's grace. Your support isn't just a gift. It's a ripple of blessing that echoes back to you tenfold. Thank you from the depths of my heart, and may the angels sing over your generosity today. You are seen, you are valued, you are eternally loved. God bless you richly, abundantly, joyfully, without end.